Okay, Robbie, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to update some of the content on your new website. I hope I explained this simply, but as always, just give me a call if you have any specific questions. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I will be sending you through the username password once the site has gone live. At the moment, we're in the beta folder, so it's not quite live yet, and I won't add you as a user until we are live. So what's going to happen is we're going to go live. I'll send you the username, login and password, and essentially this is what you're going to see. So when I send you to the correct web address, which is designed for you to log into the back end of your website to make changes, I will, like I say, I will send all that information through in one go for you. But essentially this is what's going to happen. You're going to be presented with this screen, and you're going to add a username and a password, and you're going to click login. Okay, now if you are like me and have trouble remembering lots of passwords, I would like to recommend an application called 1Password. I haven't written this, I'm not on commission by it either, but it's damn good, and it's a great place to save all of your passwords. Keep them strong and protect them with one very strong password that only you will remember. Okay, so with that in mind, and if you were going to install that, what essentially would happen is you would have a little option here to click and log in without having to remember every single password. So we've logged in. The first thing we're going to see is our dashboard. Nothing really for you to be concerned about here. It's just a little overview of a few little things that are going on the website. What we're really interested in is pages. Okay, so we'll click on pages over on the left here straight away, and you'll notice the only page that we have active at the moment is our home page, which is essentially this. It's one long page called home. Alright, so that's what it looks like on the front end, and on the back end, when we click home, it's going to look like this. Okay, so wait for that to load in. Now it should be fairly self-explanatory in that you've got these areas, these text areas that you can edit and give a little bit of styling to should you want to. These text areas have all got titles, so you've got introduction title. So if we scroll down, this is our introduction title. Scroll down again, we've then got our introduction text, which is this. Okay, so as you can imagine, as we scroll down the page, you'll see more and more of these fields that represent the content that are on the front end of the website. I've gone ahead and created all these for you, so it's much easier for you to pinpoint or target the specific area you want to change, and then it's just a matter of you going in and changing that text. Alright. Some of it does get a little bit tricky, I guess, you know, for the first time you've used it, but let's start off with something simple. So as you can imagine, if I, for example, wanted to remove some text or add some text, let's say I want to get rid of that full stop as an example. All I need to do is click in this field and click behind the full stop and press delete, and I've got rid of that there on the back end. The next thing I'll need to do is click the update button on the right hand side. Okay, so we'll click that, and once that's reloaded, that gives us a pretty good indication. If we go to the front end now, we can refresh, and you'll see that it's disappeared there. So excuse me. That is a basic example of how to change text. Obviously, we can do a hard return, and we can say things like change this, comma, with a link, something like this. So this is your new copy. You can select some copy, for example, and say bold. We could also add a link to the copy by selecting the text that we want to become a link, and we can go up here to this little icon, looks like a chain, and we can say insert edit link. So we can click that and that will bring up this little window, and we can add in the new URL there. So if you want to link to a new page in your website, or you want to go to an external website, you can add the URL there. So for example, if we wanted to go to an external website, so whoever that might be, let's just say it's moving out, eating in. We just put that like that, and because it's an external website, we'd want to click the open link in new tab window. That allows people to navigate away from your website without closing your website, if that makes sense. It'll open up a new tab. So there you go. So it's put a little link in there, and let's click update again. Wait for that to upload and rebuild. When it's done that, we can refresh our front end of our website, and you can see it's put the link just in there like that. Now clearly we would normally be putting links in that area. It'd probably be more down here, but that just gives you an idea of how that works. And there you go. That's going to open up a new window, and that will go through to, for example, Lizzie's website. So that's a basic example of how to add text, make something bold, and add a link. Okay, so that's now, delete that, put that back, put our full stop back, and we'll click update again. So it's fairly straightforward. There shouldn't be anything there that you'll really go largely wrong with, but you never know. So if you do have any questions, obviously just get in touch. So here's our main content for this area. You can just see that this has been emboldened there. We've got a session title, and we've got content about the sessions. Coming down to address title, and here we have a bunch of bullet points. So let's just refresh that page and make sure those changes have gone back. There we go, back to normal, which is good. So in the, where are we? Kinesiology helps address. So for example, whatever is bulleted, so the way that's done is we've selected the text, and each line has its own each item has its own line with a, I think it's a hard return, and we've just applied the bullet list style there, and the way it's designed is these little icons will appear in that bullet list. Okay, moving on. So we now have our Kundalini yoga classes. We've got our introduction text there, and we've got our individual sub points this addresses. So each individual one has its own image, a title, content. If you do need to add a new class, you can just click this button. Says add a class. I think the word class is relevant, but of course we need to create an image. Now at the moment, if you click add image, what happens is it brings up this portal window and gives you the library of images that have previously been loaded. So you could reuse one of those images. As you can see, I've got the old colors in there, which I will remove, but you could, for example, select that image, and you could say select, and it will use that one in there if you wish to add a new class. So that just gives you a quick overview of how to add an image to this area. So we'll remove that, and to remove the class we can click on the minus, and we're back as we were. Okay, moving down, we have the footnote, I think goes in here, which is in that style. These are all, it's all very customized, so it's to help you not go too far wrong. We have qualifications, which are also bullet lists, and now something that's a bit more relevant. This might change a little bit, so you can see we have the Monday to Friday and a little bit of information there. Now, for example, if you did want to add an extra day to the kinesiology appointments, you can just say add day, pop in there whether it be Saturday to Sunday and a little bit of information, click publish again, and that will add a new day or days to this section here. Okay, it will go below there and above that guide, so it's relevant just to that area. Okay, let's remove that by clicking the minus. And the same goes for the Kundalini yoga classes. If you want to add another day, once again you click add day, put the day in there, put the information there, click publish, and away you go. We've got some timetable footnotes that you want to change, and we've got our location buttons. Now, I did ask if you had a Google or Gmail account. If you do, let me know, because I can target those locations a lot better. It's strange, I do put that information in and it does come back with slightly the wrong information, which is a bit frustrating. So if you do have a Gmail account, let me know. We can create one for you, and I will be able to enter this information as a business, so we can target those locations a lot more accurately. But if you do want to add a location, it's just a matter of adding location button. You give it a title, you give it the address, and of course we need the link directly from Google for that to work correctly. But at the moment, as you can see, we need to work on that a little bit to get that more specific. And here we have a location without a button, and what I mean by that is we have a Google Maps button, but if you do want to add one that doesn't have a Google Maps button, there's your opportunity. Okay, you can just pop one in there, and I'll just remove that, and we're back to normal. And we have our contact, and we have our final information that goes at the footer, which is our phone number and our link. Now, what we have here isn't just a straightforward web link, it's a mail link. So if you select that text and we select edit, insert or edit link, you'll notice on mail links you need to write the words mail to : space and then the email address. So it should be fairly easy to remember. Anything like that, you know, it's always best just to see how it was done before. Do you know what I mean? So select how it was done before, click the link, get a refresh, and say okay. There isn't really a way around changing this. If you do need to add mail links, you do need to write this portion first. Alright, you don't need to collect the open link in new tab window, it all takes care of itself. Alright, well I think that's pretty much it in terms of an overview. If you've used a word processing application before, you shouldn't go too far wrong, I don't think. But what I'm going to do, once you've supplied the some extra content, I think you said you've got some photos and you've got some idea of maybe adding the odd piece of information here and there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add an option for you to add a field. It will be like just say add a class, but it will say, I don't know, add add message or add article, something like this. I don't really know, but it's best if you send through the information first, just so I can get an idea of what it is, and then I can build it in appropriately. Okay, I think that's it. But if you do have any questions, please let me know, and hopefully when you're happy with all that, we can take it live. All right, so please get in touch, and I'll speak to you soon.